Hello everyone, this is Maro. Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna talk about Steam Deck, ROG Ally. This is my 6 month anniversary that I have the Steam Deck. Really excited since the start that I got this device. I have been using it a lot, and I have really found what I was looking for. Like, this is no spoilers really. I love the Switch. I wanted something stronger than the Switch. I love the Switch, but except like first party games, you would run into quite some problems a lot of the times. So this is the reason I thought that the Steam Deck will be an amazing update. I have been building my Steam library for years, and I have actually been double dipping and triple dipping for specific games to be able to play them in a different configuration for many years. Um, like especially indie games, something like Dead Cells. I have it for like almost all the consoles. I just don't have it on Xbox, I think. But yeah, what I meant to say with this is, especially actually with fighters as well, a lot of fighters, anime fighters that are usually available also on Switch because they're lighter, sprite based. Yes, a lot of them, I actually will get them on Switch to be able to get them to play in a portable factor, and then I would just have to double triple dip. Now with this thing, it just amazing. I could play like Street Fighter, I could play King of Fighters, I could play all my fighters that I was not able to play on a handheld configuration before, even Street Fighter 6. It's been really fun so far, and of course, this device doesn't come without caveats. Today, this is gonna be a little bit of a general. This is just my thoughts. I haven't scripted anything. I will try to not make it very long video. But I want to first start a little bit with some things that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen all this time, that so many people like started, the usual, they review a device and they will start bashing it with the moment it has a simple problem. No patience whatsoever if they're gonna fix something or not. Now, I'm talking specifically for the Asus. This was the same case when the Steam Deck came out, and the Switch owners were passing the Steam Deck. Haha, it's very hot. Haha, it sounds very loud. Blah blah blah. These kind of things. I wish we didn't have these things and people just could enjoy what they have or what they wanted instead of going and passing other people's devices. But yeah, this will continue to happen, unfortunately, even within the portable PC market. Um, we just started with the Iron Neo. People were bashing the Iron Neo, blah blah blah. Then the Steam Deck, people bashing the Steam Deck, and everything like that. Of course, it is quite hard to pass the Steam Deck if you're using a Switch, but yeah, I mean, people will still do it. Either way, we move on from this. What I wanted to say with this is that the reason I wanted to get the ROG Ally is, as you would think, I just wanted more juice. A lot of games, like especially like Street Fighter 6 and other games like that, they play, but you can feel they're playing on the edge. So, like for example, if something is just a little bit more, you feel that this game just not going to be playable frame rate wise. Um, Now there is some configuration that you can use on the Steam Deck for Street Fighter, but I feel that if you push it a little bit more, it's just not gonna be an enjoyable experience. Which could be argued with the with the input lag that we have seen on the Steam Deck is quite high, and if you try to play online and everything, you know that you're gonna be in disadvantage. That is mainly my reasoning for buying something like the ROG Ally. If you see, I'm not gonna show them, but if you look over on people that have done input lag testing, you will be able to see that the input lag in the Steam Deck is not the best. I'm pretty sure that they will continue to work on it if they feel that they can improve it. But at the time of the recording, right now, they are not really that good, right? I think if I remember right, I think the it has 3 more frames than normal. It's like quite like the PlayStation 4 quality that you will get around the 5 to 6 frames, if I remember right. It has 3 more frames than the other inputs, and that is enough to have you behind in something like a fighting game. And that is the reason why I wanted just a little bit more, just for future proofing, and I just want to also see what this device can do. Uh, because a lot of the games that released now and they're gonna release this year, they're gonna have the Steam Deck in this. You can play it, but well, do you like how it looks? That's the thing. Like for example, I have seen so many people love how Diablo 4 plays on Steam Deck. For me, no. For me, it feels like a blurry mess. And I'm not gonna saying to pass the device. I love the device, but for me, it's the truth. Like I see it, and I'm like, how do people like this? And I'm not saying I didn't expect to play flawlessly in 60 frames per second, but with many compromises, you can't really, in my opinion, you can't really reach an experience that you will feel proud of owning this device for saying, yeah, I'm just gonna, because like that's how I feel when I play Elden Ring on this device and Final Fantasy. I feel like, oh, this device is made for this, man. Like you can feel it, especially how fast they fix with the shaders. Elden Ring, when even PCs will have the problem still, and Steam Deck users will have the solution from Valve. That is one of the amazing things that you can expect with this device. You may not be able to play everything day one, but when they started and they have worked on something, you know that eventually they will get it working. But we have other things. Are they gonna make it working? For example, if you think something like a Starfield, do you even believe that it will be something playable on something like the Steam Deck? I'll definitely love to play Starfield on a handheld. I definitely love playing Fallout 4 now in New Vegas. So I'm just wondering, like, in the future, will we be able to do these kind of things with the games? Because games not only they have like kind of flawed optimizations, but in general the ports are not great right now for PC. So even if you have like an amazing PC, I have a desktop PC, um, which is okay for 2K gaming. It has a 370. Uh, yeah, like for 1440p, it runs pretty well. I can play almost all the games that I want to play in 1440p, no problem at all. But I feel that in this device, that actually won't be possible. I'm not sure what is the thing that will hold it back specifically. I know that like for the games that is able to play, it plays them really good, and it plays them very efficient with the power that it has. That is what I really love about this device. If you see here, I have a lot of indie games. I love indie games like After Image, Blasphemous, Chained Echoes, Crosscode, Dead Cells, Grim Guardians, Demonic Pards, even fighters like Idol Shoot Down, and my favorite part of all, Legend of Heroes Trails series. I finally own all the games except the new one that I'm expecting to come out in a couple of days, uh, Trails into Reverie. all the other games, I finally have them in one device. This has been a huge headache for me, trying to figure out how I will be playing these games. I really liked it at the start, like I really wanted to play it, but I hate playing games with so much text on a PC. I'm working, writing code all day on a PC. I just don't want to deal with pressing click, click, click on a PC to read text, right? I just hate that. I give me a game, but okay, I might do it. But my ideal form for this kind of games is Switch or Steam Deck. Steam Deck became the new Switch for me in this regard. For this specific series, that it's very weird about how they port things, and also with many other games as well, that indies that you won't have for a very long time on Switch, and questionable even how good it will play on Switch. But on Steam Deck, you can be reassured that unless there is something very heavy optimization wise, you won't have a problem. Recently, like again, what I said about the playability of the future games, it really depends. Because, for example, I played something like the Lies of P demo, and the Lies of P demo played amazing because they had like so many optimizations, FSR 2.1, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, if that's the case, games like that will play. Like, how amazing Spider-Man plays, how amazing Octopath Traveler 2 plays. These kind of games, I don't think they're gonna have a problem. But games like, for example, Resident Evil 4, I liked it playing it on the Steam Deck. I'm actually quite quite spooked by these games, and I try to force myself to play them in order to be able to play this series. So I started with 4, and it's been a struggle at the start, but after I got used to the Steam Deck, I was like, okay, it runs as good as it can run. It won't be the best, but it's not the worst either. So I was fine with the performance whatsoever, and the visual aspect. Even better for me, playing on a smaller screen, I won't be too spooked. Uh, but I will still have issues seeing that, well, the new Resident Evil, most likely, I won't be able to have this experience. Maybe single player games actually like this, if they get really and better optimization with FSR continues to evolve, maybe it will be possible, even for the Steam Deck. But I feel that right now, again, as I said, we are on this edge that a little bit more can make it, break it, and make it unplayable. For me, playing Elden Ring on this was my favorite place to play these games, Dark Souls and stuff like that. Even though with the additional input, like I would prefer lower, of course, the same as I'm playing on my desktop. But of course, you can't have everything. So I was fine. I adjusted with the input, like just animations. It's similar to Monster Hunter. The same again, Monster Hunter Rise on this device. Amazing. Um, and all these kind of games. I finally bought the Souls games on this sale, and I plan to beat them all on either ROG Ally or Steam Deck. That's a good thing. When you're hopping around this ecosystem, you don't have to buy the games again. You're like, okay, I already have it. I can play it. That's my favorite part. Because when you're hopping around in other configurations, for example, from Wii U to Switch, you're like, are we gonna play this game? Can we play this game? I wanna play Twilight Princess HD. I can't play it. I have a Wii U, but my tablet broke, and that console now is unusable. So this ecosystem has the potential to do amazing, but people are still like it kind of it's a pain in my head that people are kind of still caught up in these weird wars that they put in themselves. Maybe it's for the views, I don't know, but just very weird when you see it, like fun boys. It's like 30-year-old men, and they're like uh I don't know. Like, yeah, you have seen the behavior. It's the same with Xbox and PlayStation and everything. Anyway, besides that, uh, I really enjoy playing on this device. I just feel that in the future, unless I want to continue playing the the indie games mostly, AAA games, I don't think it will be able to do, but AA games, and I play a lot of different kind of games, and probably competitive games, you won't really be able to play. Like, I wouldn't imagine myself being able to play the new Mortal Kombat in this, or Tekken 8 into this, because Tekken 8 even skipped PlayStation 4. So if I would were to say, it feels that this device is more like, with the power up and down with all the optimizations, it feels like a portable PS4, and that's amazing, right? That's amazing. But when you see these next gen games that are not available on the PS4, then you start to think, will this even be playable here? Maybe it will. Maybe if they do an amazing work on the optimization, it will be. Or like if FSR evolves even more and it helps the device. But I really struggle to see how something like completely next gen, for example, Final Fantasy 16. I love playing it on my PS5. Do I think I will be able to play it on my Steam Deck? There is no way. There is absolutely no way that it will be playable. And I don't even think if the new Final Fantasy 7 will be playable. To be honest, depends on what kind of visual fidelity they're gonna go about. And even though like PlayStation have done really good ports, especially with the Spider-Man games, I'm not sure about these new ones. I hope they do, because I know people love their Steam Decks, and I love the UI, I love the trackpads, and I know that a lot of those things I'm gonna miss when I want to try out the Ally. But if for me, having a worse using experience, but getting, for example, on Diablo above 60 FPS and good visual clarity, instead of like having forcing myself to play into blurriness and 40 hertz. No, like I will definitely prefer having lower battery life and all of that, but having more juice, because even with the Switch, I never played. Very rarely I will be in a place that I will be able to play more than 2 hours and I wouldn't have a power outlet around me. Like that just will never happen. And if that happened, usually it will be something like an air, like travel by air, or it will be a train, and you will be prepared for that. You can have like a battery bank and other things like that will help you to be able to accommodate your devices. um for me, Switch is really cool for that, because like you don't have to worry about charging. That is mostly it. It's not the battery life itself, but for example, I can get my Switch or the 3DS. The 3DS, even, you can have it idle for months and it still has battery inside. I actually saw that recently. I was playing some Castlevania games and then I just left it there for like a month till we moved, and then we moved here again. I opened to see if everything's okay, and it still had like 30% battery. I'm like, okay. So that is how I see the Switch as well. I wouldn't play somewhere that I have no power access for like 5 hours with the Switch even. I will play some hours, and definitely I wouldn't be able to play Switch without the Split Pad Pro, especially with hands big as this. And that is kind of my concern as well, because like if you see how I grip this device, this for me feels amazing. I never felt any discomfort, no heat or anything like that, no cramps, nothing. Even when I was in bed, which is really hard when you're in bed. How you have your elbows, everything like could jump you up. I even beat Elden Ring bosses in the bed. So Yes, like definitely comfort wise, I don't think the ROG Ally will be the same. I hope it surprises me, but just I don't think. I don't think the way that this hugs your hands. I don't think that it will be able to. Now, I just wanted to give some closing thoughts. It may have sounded a little bit grim, but it's really not. I really love playing on this device. I love playing like Final Fantasy 14, Souls games. Hopefully, I will finish all the Souls games, Fallout. Maybe I will give a try for Skyrim as well again on this device. The trail games, a lot of indie games, action games. Now, what I wanted from this device would be if I could play, for example, fighting games or something like action games with lower input lag. If I have the option and everything works out well, I would prefer, even if because I know the other device is Windows, with all the problems the Windows it has, and believe me, this device has actually really made me think that my next rig is gonna be Linux if they have done adjusting everything, or like when the Steam officially releases Steam OS as a gaming thing for like maybe for AMD devices. I will definitely make a rig for that because I actually love how console like it feels and I actually really like Linux. I didn't think I never had to use this kind of environment. I always was Windows. I knew others existed, but I just had no interest because all the games worked in this. Why would I even try to do something else? All I ever do since I have a computer is gaming. So why would I bother to do something else? And that is really the difference. I don't think experience wise it's gonna be better, especially like the Ally just came out. It's really hard to judge it to say this is bad or this is bad. Steam was the same at the start. People don't mention it or mention it a little bit for fun at the end. But bro, like even Steam OS wasn't perfect. People were bashing it all the time about like any mistake that it had. The difference, I believe, from the Ally with the Steam Deck is the the company was pretty open with communication and feedback, how things work with Steam and Valve. And the difference with the ROG Ally is that they have some weird silences so far. Some drivers they don't always give you the best, but the thing is, you can still revert to the previous one if the new one has a problem. It's not that crazy. I actually can't believe people think that Linux environment is actually easier than using Windows. Like, to whom? Like, this actually can understand. As a Windows user for like since Windows 98. I can't believe people say that Linux was actually an easier experience. Maybe if you didn't bother doing anything, maybe if you didn't bother doing anything with the device and you're like, okay, I have this device, it's updated for like 10 minutes, I downloaded my games, I play. If you don't want to do anything else with the device, I guess that is kind of a console-like experience. But believe me, if you want to do anything else, you have to adjust. In- I don't like how people try to make it seem like the Windows is this unusable thing. I will think compatibility wise, maybe like the keyboard and stuff, even on the Steam Deck is not perfect. These kind of things, I would imagine they're messed up, and I will be prepared for it. I already have, I already had these devices to be able to be plugged in even for the Steam Deck when I wanted to dock it. So yes, and I was able to use actually for a week when I moved. I was using the Steam Deck as as my whole computer to do productivity, to watch my university broadcast, to not miss a class, and I was able to do everything. Like it was really great, and I really like that. I really like that you could have a desktop experience. I don't know how the ROG Ally gonna be in that department, but I believe the Steam Deck now, after all this time, it has become a complete package. The ROG Ally just came out, and people are already like treating it like people treated the Steam Deck when it came out. So I don't really like these kind of things. I hope people just focus on what they do and just forget about other business like that if they don't like it, or like bust products in the first week and then like I like this forever. This sucks now, or something. Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, that's your opinion now. Or other people that just like bashing others and saying like you're gonna return the device and stuff like that. I mean, okay, if it really had a problem, sure, you can return, and maybe I will even return it myself. But I just don't think it's really. I don't think it's really cool to just if you make content for a device to just like try to openly over criticize, I guess I would say, devices that like had similar issues that your device had as well at the start. So okay, that is what I wanted to say today. If you like the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you like my content, you can press subscribe. That will really help me, indicate me that people like what I make. um, any thoughts, you can leave it in the comments. I will answer everything as I always do. I'm here to have a dialogue. At the moment, I don't really have many subscribers, so anything will be good for me. I will be able to see that people actually listen to my thoughts. Hope everyone has a good day, and stay tuned for the next video.